The new season of Severance has come out, and I really want to get an idea about how the characters' innies reacted to going into the outside world. Of course, his wife is still alive, and he didn't realise that because in the Severance universe, he'd been talking to her. She'd been a support for him. Could you imagine finding out that someone that you loved so dearly is still around and you've been talking to her? And the reason why he went in there, remember, was because she passed away. And all of a sudden he goes, why would I go in there? Why is she not in the real world with him now? It looks like he wants some answers. To the office. Who's that in the background? Oh, it's so creepy, isn't it? There's someone just watching him at all times. I don't know about you, but when I was watching him running around the halls, I think it gave me a real understanding of how he felt when he's running endlessly looking for answers. He knows that office had his wife's things in it, and his mind must be blown thinking, was it there? Was it not? Is his wife alive? Was it his wife? He's confused, he's anxious, he's stressed, he's desperately searching for answers, trying to piece everything together. And when you get stressed and put under pressure, your head does spin and you don't know if you should be going forward, backwards, up or down, round and round. And it's a way of us really getting a picture about how we interact when we feel that sense of anxiety and also loss. Who are they?
Welcome back, Marcus. Been a minute. Miss Cobell was at your sister's home when you awoke there. We believe she developed an erotic fixation on you and had plans to pursue both you and your outie in what might be termed a throuple.
He's creating memories. He's telling him what happened in his own way so that Mark believes that his truth is wrong. And that's called gaslighting. Essentially, he's telling someone that they're wrong for the way that they remember something, the way that they feel about that memory. A lower sense of self-esteem. You stop believing in your own reality, not just in this situation, but outside too. You've got to be careful when you feel like someone is telling you you're wrong, even though you know you're right. And we end up siding with that person, and then it becomes the way that we interact with them and others too. Make sure that you believe in yourself when it comes to understanding and telling people what you think, feel. What does she want?
Did you really see the outie world? How's the sky?
I don't know.
What, you didn't see it?
Well, I went outside for a second, but I was distracted.
Because we made a list of what we'd most like to see on the outside, and the sky was an easy number one. Can you tell what state we were in? Did you see any views? Oh my god, how's wind? Is it just like getting breathed on, kind of?
When someone knows something's out there, but they're not sure, they haven't experienced it yet, how there's this need, this burning desire to go out there. And okay, this is in the Severed universe, but our brains fixate on it and it becomes our whole personality. All we think about is that thing that we don't know. And usually once we get it, we actually don't want it, or it doesn't live up to the expectations. And you can see how Mark, desperate to go outside, went outside, did what he had to do, but yet he didn't really notice any of the stuff out there.
Something about me, that I am lucky enough to have made 4 new friends today.
He's definitely masking his thoughts, feelings, and he's presenting himself as just a likable, normal guy, the way I guess he was in season 1. But yet there's a burning desire for something. You can see that in his brain he's going, where is my wife?
Number 2, the wing light. Do the Egans move?
No.
Ours were animatronic. They even did this little choreographed dance.
So yours just stand there?
Desperate to understand how each other's worlds work. You know, when you hear that someone's had a different experience to you and you start comparing yourself to others, what have they got that I don't have? And it becomes a whole part of the way that you see your others, but yourself too. The fact that you think, oh, am I missing out on something? Or you want to feel special. Oh, I've got something that they don't. On that point, Mark's got something here, which is a whole understanding of who he could be or how life might have been or might be for him outside. You know, he doesn't feel like he's feeling as invested in his work at Lumen. He feels like a rat trapped in a maze, walking around the halls, which all look the same, but also, you know, there's something seemingly behind his eyes that he's thinking about something. He wants to understand or know something or get some element of empowerment. It's funny thinking about season 1. He was so happy working at Lumen. He didn't want anything else. That ignorance of not knowing what's outside comforted him. He liked that. And now there's something, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something that feels like he's hiding. Maybe he wants to see his other team again so he can speak to them and get that element of connection. Maybe that's it. Maybe he wants to connect with people and feel comfortable connecting with them, whether it's his ex-wife or whether it's his ex-team.
The CPR dummies?
Yeah.
What were those made of?
What's he doing?
Rooms.
Did you have an elevator?
We had, how do you say?
It's so uncharacteristic for him to write something. What's he going to do with it?
The branch is run by a shambolic rube who goes by Milkshake.
Wait, you think I wrote this note? I told you. I want my team. You don't know what I did to the kitchenette, do you?
Is anyone there? Is the board on? It's Mark S. from Macrodata Refinement. I need to see my team again. They're my friends. You can't just make them disappear. Please.
His connection to the world has been based on his team. I'm not surprised that he's having a bit of a crisis going, I need to see them again. Because that's what makes him feel safe and secure. In the psychological world, it's called a transitional object. Like a little teddy bear that you carry with you. And they seem like they are his transitional object or objects, giving him a sense of safety. But I don't know, maybe there's something else that he's looking for them to help him with.
Are you firing me?
On you go.
Is he done?
Why can't you just bring them back?
Goodbye, Marcus.
Wait!
If he gets fired, that whole identity, his whole sense of self, him as a person, is gone from the world forever. Is he back? How confused would you be?
Mark, did it work? It worked.
I'm sorry, Mark. I just need a moment, please.
Okay, take your time.
Or something's happened to them in the outside world and they've all reacted in a different way. People put you in a situation to dictate how you're going to act. The dark, gloomy room, not knowing what's going on, no one speaking to each other or telling anyone where they're going or what the purpose is, means that people end up conforming and just following on. And you think, well, if you don't know where you're going, why wouldn't you ask? But that sense of authority kicks in when you think, well, I'm not going to say anything. If no one else is saying anything, I'm just going to follow the lead.
Oh, hi. You probably don't recognize me from this angle. I'm the Lumen Administrative Building, Branch 501. I've gone through a lot of changes since my siren here in 1870.
1870. Think about in 1870, would they have had the computer systems to do whatever it is they're trying to do? I mean, what would they be doing? What would this company be in 1870? I don't know. We're going to find out, of course, but did it start in 1870? Is it that old?
When 4 NDR workers, dissatisfied with their severed line,
burn this place to the ground. Are we down here still working in the dark?
and love. The Macrodat uprising yielded bounteous reforms. These include tasty new snacks like fruit leather, cut beans, Christmas mints, and salsa.
Is they're taking something which they were really scared of and changing the frame to make people feel like they're in control. Rather than being scared of an uprising, they're going, oh, look what we've done. We're in control. We're empowered here. Therefore, from this little thing that happened here, we've created reform. We've built something stronger. We are better because of this. Fact is that they've learned, they've adapted, they've listened to those people who within the uprising. They've listened to them and understood their needs, and therefore they've given you something as a result. So they seem more virtuous, more in control, and better as a result. It's something again called reframing. The way that you see a situation, you change it so it looks differently. Looking into PTSD. Actually, this is a way that people can come out of those depths of anxiety and the stress and the trauma they've been through, and you reframe it in a lovely way to allow someone to feel empowered. It's a horrible thing they've been through, but that empowerment is what you're looking for. And this is exactly what Lumen is doing here, reframing and empowering themselves and the workforce through the trauma that they've been through with the uprising.
Not so
They're all
yet.
smiling.
The incentives were also reformed, and now range from hall passes to pineapple bobbing to our brand new playful mirror room. I thank Kier for the macro death uprising.
They know there's something not right. They feel almost happy with the fact of being recognised, but they didn't get the result they wanted, but they're happy about it. And as a result, they get things that they don't even want, like the pineapple bobbing and the hall passes. So they get something completely different to actually what they wanted, which is that knowledge. But they've just done a bait and switch. You did something, this is what we're giving you because we don't want to give you that.
Just before I switched back, I found a wedding photo. I guess my outie's wife died a few years ago. The woman in the photo was Miss Casey.
Feels like they need Mark down there for some reason, which is why maybe they caused some sort of the death in the outside world of his wife so that he'd come down to Lumen, do the work, but have his wife there to support him, even though he doesn't know who she is. But obviously they have a connection. There was something that caused them to get married, of course. So, it feels like there's something, he's got a big part to play in Lumen's success.
Inside of a really fucking boring apartment.
Whoa.
You live by yourself?
I was watching some nature show on TV, wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt. It was like a Save the Gorilla shirt.
Cool.
She's just lying. Why would she lie? What's going on here? What would be her motive? Does she know something? Has her innie been told something? Is her innie actually still here? Or is it actually outie that's come down? If something's going on here, and I can't work out why she would lie, especially as she's been so close to Mark. But does she know she was close to Mark? Does she remember it? What? Oh, there's so many questions. Why would she lie?
Outside and found a guy. He looked like a gardener.
A gardener,
Yeah.
a night gardener.
Maybe he has a different job during the day.
A night gardener. Very good. Again, he's starting to see there's something going on here with her. Why would a gardener be out at night when they escaped?
So what are you gonna do?
Well,
Does she like him?
I gotta get her out of here. Right? I mean, if she's my wife.
Right, of course. I mean, assuming she's still here.
Was she ever severed? I mean, obviously at the start you saw her and she was so distraught, desperately trying to get out. But then, I thought that her feelings for Mark were genuine. When she ran out of the lift and gave him a kiss, I thought, there's some element of connection there. But now it feels like she's been playing this game trying to make sure that he stays down there. She's just laying some seeds saying, but she's not really your wife. It doesn't really matter if she's down here or not.
Your wife's name is Gretchen.
Whoa.
What? She wanted you to know. Come with me. These are blueprints for a new renovation of which I chose not to inform your colleagues. It's called the Outie Family Visitation Suite.
Are you saying I could see my family here?
If you take the name of the room at face value, sadly everyone else in your department is single. As such, I'm asking that you keep this between us, or only to avoid resentment. I'd hate for your friends to turn against you after all you've done for them.
Mr. Milchick is such a double-edged sword. He doesn't look like you can trust him. On one side, he's smiling and happy, and everyone's smiling at him, and he puts everyone at ease. And then on the next step, he's getting annoyed and he's telling people in a forceful way what to do and commanding the space. He gets really serious. You can see that smile has left his face. It feels like he's always playing a game, always trying to keep people in the good books. And you can see here that he's trying to single out this character so that he feels like he's special, that he'll be rewarded so he can see his family, or his innie can meet his outies family, which, that's a whole other situation there, because you're starting to bridge in two different identities, and I'm not sure that's the most effective thing to do, but he's dangling it as a surprise and a prize rather at the edge of a string. Thing is that he's trying to get people on side, so maybe he's trying to divide and conquer, trying to keep everyone just on point so he can command their respect and attention when he needs it. He didn't leave.
Herb, you okay?
I'm okay.
They're all back to work, right? They're all happy. They feel that sense of containment and security. And that's what having friends around you, relatives, people that you trust gives you. That sense of collective identity, that sense of freedom, excitement, reward, and just a feeling of safety, that you feel warm and that you're doing a good job. And you can see there that having them all sit around the computer is making Mark feel happier, making them all feel calmer and more secure. And that's how I'm going to leave this video today. You can see in season 2, episode 1, that Mark's had his ups and downs, hasn't he? He had a whole new cohort of people that he had to work with, but they could see that he just needed his old people back so he could get the work done. By being around new people, it gives you a sense of anxiety, tension, stress, because he just had this whole experience of going into the outside world, and from there, no wonder he's anxious, because his world has been blown. He doesn't know if his wife is still alive. He doesn't know who to trust. By having his old cohort back, it's given that sense of security that he needs. And all the characters have had their own trials and tribulations. You can see that they've all had their experiences from going outside. If you've enjoyed the video, please do remember to like it and subscribe to see plenty more videos to come. And also, if you did want me to react to other episodes in this season, why don't you let me know? I can try and get them out on a weekly basis. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.